What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for everyone out there that's been supporting, following along, and shopping 269. I appreciate you guys. We are exactly 1 week out from LS Fest, one of my favorite events of the year. I've won the last 3 years of Drag and Drive. Last year it was super close. KSR, Kevin Smith, he gave me a run for my money. I think it was .016 or something I ended up beating him by last year after a 3-pass average, is insane. Our last pass, we actually were able to line up together because obviously it was coming down to that last pass, and I had him by just a little bit. He ended up beating me on the pass. However, the average came out where I came out on top. And not knowing who won at the end of the race, it was exciting. If you haven't seen that video, head back to my channel last year, LS Fest, Team 269 versus KSR Racing, who wins? I believe that's the thumbnail title, but check it out. It was an awesome finish. So today we are just getting the car ready. So I'm just gonna be doing a little maintenance. I got some Driven Oil. Been running their stuff for a couple of years now, so I'm gonna do an oil change. And one thing I wanted to show you guys with that is not so much how to change your oil. Most of you watching this know how to change your oil. What I wanted to show you guys was how to change your oil with the diaper on. So with an engine diaper, what I do is I just drop the 2 back straps, loosen the sides up a little bit, pull the diaper down underneath the oil pan to where I can get to the oil filter and the oil drain. Once I drain everything out, put it back up, put the clips back up, and voila, we're done. So I just want to show you guys, give you a little bit of a visual, and we got diapers in stock. If you guys want to buy one from me, I appreciate it. We got them for LS engines with motor plates or with just motor mounts. So anyways, let's go ahead and change these fluid, get some air in these tires, get the tires put on, and nut and bolt check the car. Yeah, let's get to it. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and do our oil change here. And I want to show you how I take this diaper off or how I get around it while doing this. That way if you are on the fence of getting a diaper, you can see how easy it really is. So I got a couple zip ties here. Go ahead and cut those. I just zip tie these straps here up like that, just so that way they're not here dangling. But yeah, go ahead and loosen that guy all up. And we'll do the same thing to this side. Alrighty. Now there is one strap up here. Go ahead and release that. Bam. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and just loosen this side up. I'm not gonna take this side out. I'm just gonna loosen it up. Alright, I like that. That's loose. Now watch this. Little by little, just gonna bam. Oil filter, bam. Oil drain. That's it. That's literally it. Now I can access both of those. I can drop that filter, I can drain that out, and put it right back on up there without having to take the whole diaper off. So I don't know how fast I just did that. 30-40 seconds worth of actual work, and now we can access what we need to access. So yeah, let me get my training jack, which I'm gonna put my fluid container on, and then we're gonna catch some fluids and strap this back together and move on up top. Here we go. Yeah, so while we're waiting for this to drain, LS Fest, let's talk about it a little bit. So, we started going to LS Fest, I want to say 4 years ago was my first time there. I didn't take a car with me, I went up there, it was me, my dad, my brother, and I think that was it. I think it was just us 3. Actually, no, I think one of our friends actually joined us too. Anyways, yeah, we just went up there and I didn't realize how big the event was, and when we got there, I was like, I have to race at this event. You know, it was like one of those things, when you go to those events and it's just like well organized, and there's so many people went there, and it was just like, one thing I really liked about it was just like all LS people. And I catch a lot of crap for having an LS in this Fox body, and don't get me wrong, I catch some crap at LS Fest also. I got people that come in the pits be like, oh, has that thing got a Ford in, or has it got an LS? And then they give me shit when they hear it's the LS. Well, I'm at LS Fest. Of course it has an LS in it, right? I'm used to it at this point, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of knew what I was doing when I first did this, Haters will grow you bigger than anyone. So put a Chevy motor in a Fox body, you're gonna get a lot of haters. Quote me on that one. But anyways, yeah, so LS Fest, went there. I knew I had to be a part of it, and following year, we ended up getting the car ready to go. I put a new set of heads on the car and a different camshaft, and took it to the dyno, and ended up sending the rods. So sent the rods, caught the car on fire, blew the intake through the hood, out the building. It was a whole ordeal, and it just, you know, I got fire damage. The engine was completely toast. I mean, it had rods on the ground. Freaking oil pan had big holes in it. Like, I had a hole all the way through the block that you could damn near put your fist through it, honestly. When I took the motor out of the car and started to disassemble it, like half the block collapsed. Like, it was pretty bad. So we were like 3 or 4 weeks out to LS Fest at that point, and I ended up deciding that I wasn't gonna give up. All right, I wasn't gonna, you know, I made it that far. I wanted to go to LS Fest, and I wasn't gonna go out without a fight, trying to get the car back together. So I hit up the guys over at Texas Speed. They were awesome to deal with. You know, we sell a lot of their product, and they ended up helping us get all the components that we needed together to where we could assemble another engine. So I got another block. Those guys sent us parts. We found a local machine shop. We got everything squared away, got it put back together. Darren put his touches on it. He did the assembly on the engine. Me and my dad thrashed a shit ton of hours to get the engine back in the car and get everything good to go. My hood had a hole in it. It was literally spidered. The intake, the hood was up on the dyno, and when the intake hit it, the hood actually collapsed backwards, broke the hinges, like where the hinges mount to under the hood, because it was like up and down hood. It wasn't like a bolt-on hood, and or a pin-on hood. So I actually had to duct tape the hood. Like, I literally duct taped the whole middle of the hood where the intake hit, and I kind of pushed the hood through. You know, made it work. Anyways, we went to LS Fest. I never went sevens before. That was actually my goal, was to go sevens that year, and we went sevens, I think, by my third pass in practice and just testing tuning at LS Fest. So not only did we get the car back together, I got my first 7-second pass, which I was so stoked about, but then we ended up going on and actually winning the event. So that one right there, that's an emotional time right there. Like, it puts me in my feelings every time I think about that whole ordeal and everything that I went through. The emotions were up and down all week long, from, you know, trying to go to this event that I felt like I had to be a part of, to blowing the car up, and just like, I had so much money tied up into it. It just like kind of crushed me at the time financially. So I ended up gathering together, put a new engine in, and got that going, and we got out to LS Fest, ended up winning it, and it just made everything so worth it. And yeah, that's my little story I wanted to share with you. And then going into the second year, you know, we were a little bit more prepared. Same engine, same combination, just more testing and just getting faster with what we had. And you know, second year we ended up winning also. And then going into the third year, you know, I knew we were outgunned, and I was nervous. I honestly didn't plan on winning last year. I thought we were outgunned, and but you can't ever count yourself out in drag racing, because anything can happen. That's literally what happened last year. You know, granted, I did spin one pass also. I didn't have the ET average I was hoping to have, but Kevin spun also, and no one else could keep up with us that day. So it was a battle between me and Kevin, and I've been a fan of Kevin for a long time, and it was really cool to be able to go head to head with him, and you know, taking that win, that meant a lot to me. And it was cool that, you know, if you guys watched the video from last time, make sure you go watch it. It was a great video. But you know, Kevin came over in the pits after. We had no idea who won after our last pass. It was so close. We took our time slips hand in hand and tried to figure out the math, and figured out that I ended up winning just by a sliver. And yeah, so 3 years in a row winning LS Fest. It's been quite the ride. I'm gonna go for that 4th time now, and yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, every year I feel like we're kind of the underdog, but we're consistent. I know this car, my team knows this car, and we know how to get this car down the track. So that's the most important thing, is knowing you can get the car down the track. All right, so it looks like, I think we've drained enough oil. It's just barely dripping. We recently redid the shop out here. I don't know if you guys watched our other videos out here. I don't know if I have too many, but I got a few, I think. And so we ended up, there's white walls now. There used to be just open insulation and epoxy floor. Makes it look so nice, so clean out here. New toolbox setup. I still don't know where anything is. We wanted to make this place a little bit nicer to work in. Me and my dad work out here a lot between my car and his cars. Anyways, so drain plug, make sure that's all tight. All right, drain plug's good to go. Let's pop this oil filter off next. Back to where I don't know where any of my tools are. Now I got me thinking, where is my oil filter tool? Sometimes you spend more time looking for what you need than working on what you need to do. Voila. So, after a few minutes of searching, found this guy. Now, out of curiosity, for all the guys that's watching this video that doesn't have a diaper, let me know your thoughts. It's not that bad, right? I feel like if you're drag racing it, and if you're faster than like 9 seconds, you probably should have a diaper, honestly. But you know, for you 8-second guys, 7-second guys, definitely put a diaper on your stuff. All right, so I'm gonna get this new filter out, get that ready to go in. Fill it up with a little oil. I run the DT40 540, in case you were curious. Not that your combination technically needs this, but just what I run. Alright, get this guy up here. And sometimes when you do this with a diaper, how I do it, every once in a while you get your diaper dipped in a little bit of oil. It is what it is. I didn't do a lot, but there's a little bit there. You can tell that just dripped down the side. So I always just try to clean up. That way there's no confusion at the track. Alright, so we're ready to put the diaper back on. So let's go ahead and try to maneuver this back on over. That side. It'd help if I had a little bit shorter oil filter. But no big deal. Just like that. So I have this strap just hanging off of one of my header bolts. So I just gotta put the strap back in. So this is usually the most challenging part just because it's just limited in space right here. But kind of got a system where if I can just get a corner of it through the strap, and then I can just grab a needle nose and pull it down without cutting my hands all up. There, got it. So give me some needle nose. So the top straps are in and good. Now with these side straps, the main thing I'm watching is we gotta make sure that the diaper doesn't get into the flex plate here. So we just gotta make sure that we are tight. I just run a zip tie like that over it. That way that piece isn't flapping around. Voila. Plenty of clearance behind the flex plate. Alright, that should be good for oil. I'll clean this up and check the dipstick. I got a little mark on my dipstick because actually I put in more than what the dipstick reads. So I took a little knife and cut a little, or scratched up a little area so I know exactly where my oil level needs to be. So as you can see, no headlight. My turbo sits right behind the headlight and I am not getting enough airflow to the turbo. There's not a whole lot of room here. I know it's building more back pressure and it's taken a lot more dome pressure to make the target boost that we've been trying to make. So that tells me that it's not getting enough air. So adding more airflow. We got this headlight, it now has a 4-inch hole through it. And for all you guys out there in the street car world, check this bad boy out. All my lights will still function as they should. It does not interfere with anything. And it's all sealed up, it looks pretty. Yeah, so headlight's still gonna function like it should, which was the most important thing, because this is a street car. Can't be doing no race car stuff to it. Hopefully this will help us go a little faster. And as you can see, I got some cutting to do. This is a carbon fiber bumper. I really don't want to cut it. I'm gonna have to cut it. I just wanted to show you this before I take the bumper off, how limited I actually was on airflow. So remember, the headlight was mounted to the bumper, so there's really no airflow coming in. I mean, I'm sure there's a little bit, and I'm sure it's coming up from underneath, but as you can see, there is no room for this turbo to breathe, especially being a 94 millimeter. So, as you can see, my bumper's actually back because I already started taking it apart, but so if I lift it up a little bit, I mean, that's all the room that turbo had. And remember, the headlight's there, so like that hole is covered. So there really wasn't much room. So I've got like 1 or 2 more bolts left holding this bumper on. I'm gonna get that out real quick, and we're gonna pull this bumper off, and we're gonna start cutting. Get you guys a little bit more of a close-up. So as you can see, we need to cut everything inside there out. So I kind of have an idea where I'm gonna go, so I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand it instead of draw it all out, but I'm just gonna pretty much go like this, boom, 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 and work our way over. So let's get after it. Nothing like cutting up a really nice carbon fiber bumper. That's why I'm doing this side also, because the other side's painted. So doing this side, it's hurts less on the sole. Alrighty guys, so I got a little more cleanup to do, but that right there will do it. So that gives me plenty of breathing room. You know, the air duct is mainly right here. Got things cleaned up. I'm gonna get ready to put this bumper on. How dirty is my face? Now, I like cutting a bunch of carbon fiber. It just shit just gets everywhere. So yeah, I just got the bumper back on, and looks pretty dang good. Woo-wee. That's what I'm talking about right there. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's gonna pick up a whole bunch of power? Do you think it's gonna pick up a little bit of power? Do you think it's gonna pick up no power? Let me know what you think, and I'll let you know what it does. These are 275 by 60 by 15 drag radios. That's typically what you're gonna see on just about any small tire car. These are what I've been running for years, and these are what go fast. So got a fresh set of tires on. We're gonna mount them, and I think that's gonna probably be it for tonight. I'm running out of things to do. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you want to see more videos like this out in the garage? Was it good? Was it bad? Let me know. I can take it. I'm not worried if you don't like it. Let me know. If you did like it, let me know, and we'll go from there. But thank you guys if you're still following, and be sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and makes me motivated to make more of these. So if you guys are gonna be out at LS Fest, be sure to stop by, say hi, see the car, buy some merch, shop 269 Motorsports. And if I don't see you at LS Fest, I hope to see you at the track another time. Take care guys, we'll see you later.